Hi, welcome to Made Fit TV. I'm your host, Jennifer DiDonato, and this is episode number 67. Made Fit TV is everyone's source for health and fitness information and entertainment. And the reason why we do Made Fit TV is because I like people to realize that fit bodies don't just happen. They're made. That's our logo. And it just kind of empowers you. You know, I give you the information. You know, you can have all the information in the world, but it depends on you and the support around you and the motivation to make it happen and reach your goals. So welcome today. I want to welcome everyone on Ustream. If you guys want to watch us and chat with us live every Saturday at noon, go to madefittv.com and we're on the Ustream. Just click on it and then there you go. And I'll answer all your questions right on the spot. So today, oh, it's fall. We're doing pumpkin bread, fat-free pumpkin bread or pumpkin loaf. I don't know, the word loaf just like sounds too Martha Stewart-ish, so I decided on bread. But it's kind of cakey, it's really good, and it's virtually fat-free because each slice is like a half gram of fat, so I'm just going to say it's fat-free because it's basically what it is. What we're going to do first, you want to start with like a bread loaf pan type thing. I'm just going to spray it down with just a little bit of non-stick spray, you know, just to make sure that, you know, you want to get the edges, you want to get the bottom, everything. You don't want to make it too greasy though, okay? So we're going to do that. All right. So now to start, we're going to start with the dry ingredients first. Oh, you want to preheat your oven at 350. This is going to be like about an hour bake time, but it's so worth it. Very much worth it. So we're going to start with some whole wheat flour, unbleached. I prefer it a lot better than white flour. We're going to do 1.5 cups. 1.5 cups. I just like to use the half cup because I don't want to keep dirtying everything, okay? Okay, so we have 1.5 cups of the flour right there. Okay, the next thing that we're going to use is going to be a little bit of baking soda. With the baking soda, we're going to use 1¼ teaspoons of the baking soda. So we got a 1/4 teaspoon right here, okay, and 1 teaspoon here. Seems like a lot, I don't know, but that's what we're going to do. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is about a tablespoon of cinnamon, and I can kind of measure it out as I pour cinnamon. It gives you that, you know, just that fall feeling. And then what you want to do is put in more spices like cloves and nutmeg. So I found this really awesome pumpkin pie spice. Okay, so I'm going to use this in there instead of just using, you know, 1 teaspoon of each thing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in a tablespoon of this stuff. I think it's really good. It gives it character. I know, it smells like fall in here. It does. Okay. Boom. There we go. Boom. Okay. And then we're just going to use a teaspoon of salt, but I'm just going to kind of feel it out. I'm Italian. That's how we cook in the family, you know. So there we go. There we go. Dry ingredients. Kind of boring. That's all right. So we have the dry ingredients all kind of mixed together. Now we're going to go with the wet ingredients, the pumpkin. First thing we're going to do is 1 cup of pumpkin, and what I'll do is just kind of scoop it into my little half cup because that's what I like to use. Ew, I hate that noise. Oh, that noise. Okay. So there we go with the pumpkin. Okay, now the next thing we want to do is use about 1/2 cup of milk. Low-fat milk. This is 1%, or I'm sorry, 0.5%. Don't ask me why it's in the house. I shouldn't use this.
They ran out of skim milk.
They ran out of skim milk at the grocery store, apparently. Okay, get this. So I go out of town. Chris, can you do the grocery shopping? We usually do grocery shopping together. And yeah. Okay, so he finally went on Sunday. We had like no food in the house at all. I was eating like scraps, I tell you. And then he's like, oh, I did the grocery shopping. Oh, thank you so much, baby. Oh, it's so great. Thank you. Okay, come home. I'm like, what is all this stuff? It's like stuff that I don't even eat. And I'm like, you shop like a bachelor. I'm like, we never have 0.5% milk in the house. It was so funny. I'm going to grab an egg. We want to use 1 whole egg. That was so funny, you guys. I came home on Wednesday. I was starving. And I'm like, where are my rice cakes? No rice cakes. I'm like, you know how much I love rice cakes. Okay, so 1 whole egg.
Whole egg?
Yeah, whole egg. I know. Can you believe it? Now, I want to give a shout out to Nancy Free from Chicago, Illinois. I'm sure you don't mind me using your full name. She told me, you know what, Jen, you're using too much Splenda. Why don't you mix it up a bit? Use some agave nectar, which I bought from Trader Joe's, or brown rice syrup. And I tried to find the brown rice syrup because I was like really intrigued by that. Because I've had this stuff before, but I really wanted to try it, but I didn't get a chance to find it. So I am using, because of Nancy from Chicago, start using the agave nectar, okay? And I recommend it for you guys. The reason why this is good is because it's sweeter typically. Let's say you, for instance, a version of this recipe calls for maybe a cup of brown sugar, but you're going to divvy it in half. So this is going to be half a cup of the agave nectar, and I already used half a cup. So I know I have a half a cup left in here. I'm going to just beat this a little bit to mix it, and then I'm going to combine all the ingredients, okay? Okay, so you can see right there, it's a mixture, you know, it's all mixed. There you go. So now I'm just going to pour it into the dry ingredients. Now I'm going to mix, okay? You don't want to over mix it because you don't want to, if you mix it too smooth, it might turn out a little bit tough after you bake it. So just mix it until it's fully mixed, and don't over mix, okay? Just feel it out. It's kind of pasty, as you can see. It almost looks like a big vat of peanut butter you just want to dive into. But you could dive into this as well because it's just as good. Okay, so now we're done. So I'm just going to pour it into my little loaf pan, my little cute little Calphalon loaf pan. Evenly distributing it. I'm trying to pour it so you can see it, but as I look at the monitor, I'm gonna miss here. So in there. Oh, I'm so excited. Oh, it is best, guys. I made spaghetti squash. I don't know if you saw my Facebook status. I made spaghetti squash. I hadn't made that in years. And then and Freddy vs. Jason was on Sci-Fi. I was like, woo, this is the perfect fall evening. Okay, so there you go. There you go. And you know, if you want to add a little character to it, you can sprinkle maybe a little bit of, brown sugar on top if you wanted to, just a little bit, maybe a tablespoon, just to add like a caramelization on top, a little crispiness. What we're going to do is we're going to put this into the oven for, set your timer for 50 minutes. It's going to bake for an hour, depending on your oven. It's at 350. I'm going to put it in for 50, and I'm going to check at 50, okay? And it should rise, be brown, you want to, whatever, with the toothpick. Okay, there you go. All right, so we're gonna stick it in the oven. Careful, careful, careful. There we go. And set it for 50 minutes. Oh, so long, I know. All right, start. What's that sound? It means it's done. It's beeping. All right. Okay, I'll show you guys. Look at how golden brown that is. It smells delicious. So this is how it's supposed to look. See, it's got character. It's a little, little chunkier. So, all right, what I want you to do, you want to cool it for about take it out, let it cool, and then I want you to put it on a plate, let it cool for maybe another 15 minutes to half an hour. You're going to cut it up into 12 slices, and here are the nutrition facts. 120 calories for just one slice, half a gram of fat, so hardly anything. That's why I consider it fat-free. And then it's 23 carbs, 13 grams of sugar, 3 protein, and 3 grams of fiber. Okay, actually the fiber goes above the protein when you're looking at it right now. So, I mean, the fiber is great. It's a good amount of fiber to get in your day. And this is something that you can have for breakfast, eat it before you go to the gym. Even if you want to put some fat-free cream cheese on there and maybe, just a little bit of brown sugar, really good. It's a really good treat for the fall. And if you're even having a Halloween party, that'd be good, something good to make for that as well. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Thank you so much for all of you streamers out there who joined us. Join us live at noon every Saturday to watch this podcast live. I answer your questions. Follow me on Twitter at Jenny DiDonato. Follow me on Facebook, Jenny DiDonato, or Jennifer DiDonato on Facebook, right? I can never remember. Jennifer DiDonato. I'm on iTunes. I'm on YouTube. Comment on this podcast, and you can also email me at jenny@madefittv.com. So we will see you next time for our Halloween episode. Can't wait. That's going to be my birthday, too. All right, I'll see you then.